Hi friends, my name is Lisa Schmid and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to New in the Studio. I am excited to share with you tonight two cards made with blooming phrases, which very easily could be made into a scrapbook page as well. But I just think these are so cute. And so I want to show you lots of different ways, or a couple of different ways that we could use them. All right, so blooming phrases is an online exclusive, meaning you're not going to see it in the catalog, but you will see it online. So look at all these fun script phrases. Happy birthday, thanks, celebrate, hello there, anniversary, happy anniversary, just because, and thinking of you.
Hi, friends.
And then they've got these fun flowers and some of the leaves that you could use to put the flowers on top of. So let's go ahead and get started here. I am using my thick white cardstock because when I have white as my base, I want to use the thick white cardstock. Literally just had my bone folder here. There it is. I want it to be thick. I don't want it to feel flimsy in any way. All right, so there is that. Then I am using the postage stamp dies. I haven't used these in a little while, but I really like that they layer so nicely here. All these different layers. You know what's funny is this is a magnet that came from, I don't know what it is, a realtor or something, the magnets that you get, and it's just the right size for all of these pieces. So we've got squares and rectangles, and I die cut 2 rectangles, one in soft seafoam. That's the one I'm not sure if we're going to do or not. We're going to stamp first and then decide. And then the next size down in the white. So let's we're going to grab this. This is going to cover the bottom here. So that's going to cover where like the grass, kind of like where the grass would be. So we are going to get a bigger block. I have one right here. I need a bigger one. I don't want that big one though. Maybe I do. All right. Oh, here it is. I want a bigger block like this. So I'm going to use this piece to make a stem. And that stem, that's going to be the stem of my flowers right here. So I'm going to do that in Garden Green. I'm going to make them different heights. I'm only going to ink my stem. Okay. I'm not concerned about that, but I'm just going to ink my stem and I'm going to make some flowers going across. Like I think I got a little bit of the words there, but I'm going to go down. And it's okay if I go up. I do have some of the words, but that's okay because this is going to cover, but I'm going to clean that. I really just want the tail, if we could call it that. Let's go higher. Okay. And a little bit lower. And like really high, and then I'm going to do a low one right here. And I think I need one more low one on that side. Okay, there are the base to my flowers. Let me close up my Garden Green. All right, my flowers are going to be in Blackberry Bliss, Pretty in Pink, and Bubble Bath. And I think that's going to work really well with that soft seafoam. So first I'm going to stamp my flowers. I've got a couple different flowers. Let me show you on the box. I'm going to do this one right here, that little flower. I'm going to do in the Blackberry Bliss. And I'm thinking I'm going to need to stamp it off because it is pretty dark, but let's see. So I'm going to ink that. Let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, second time. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to stamp it off. I don't know why I moved that because I'm going to stamp it off right there. There we go. Okay, stamp it off. I'm going to just stick some of these on here. I have 3 flowers. Stamp that off. I'll stick this one up here. And I might go back and add a few more of those. I don't know yet. All right. The next flower I'm going to use is this one right here. And I'm going to do that in Bubble Bath. And then I've got this one I'm going to do in Pretty in Pink. So, whoopsie. So I'm going to leave that open. Let's do Bubble Bath. And again, I'm wondering, do I need to stamp it off? Let's just take a look. Oh, I don't, let's look at what it looks like the second time. No, second time it completely disappears. So let's go ahead and, all right, I might add one more purple there, or Blackberry Bliss. Stamp that off. Boy, it's really dark when you stamp it off, isn't it? I'm gonna put one right here. Okay, and then the last flower is going to be my little daisies, and I'm going to do those in Pretty in Pink. And let's see what they look like. If I stamp them off, they're pretty light. Yeah, so that's kind of, I want a little bit lighter than, I'm just going to put those like that. There, perfect. Stamp it off. Just kind of stick them on there. And I have one more over here. They can go off the edge. Actually, I'm going to flip that over and stamp one more right there. So it looks like a little bit bigger. Okay, now I am ready. I'm going to close these. I am ready to stamp the leaves. The leaves, literally, it's a leaf. One leaf. I will show it to you. One. So I could use these if I wanted to. I could use those. I'm just going to use this one leaf. I could also use that. I'm going to use that on the sentiment, but I'm just going to use that little leaf. So if you need to, like, I don't know, go get a drink or something, refill your coffee, now's a good time. All right, I'll try to do this side first and then come back to the other side. Just trying to be random. You know me, random is not very easy for me, but up. Okay, and then I'm going to do this other side. All right, put that there and up here and up there, maybe one down here. And now I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I don't want to put the soft seafoam across the bottom. I kind of like it like this. Put one more up there. Okay, that one didn't get all the way. Let's get the whole thing. There it is. Isn't that fun? I think it's really cute. I'm thinking maybe I want my words at the top. I'm gonna do hello there. But let's just take a look and see. Okay, that's going to be in the green. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on. All right, I'm going to build it right on top of this. So we've got our thick white. I've got my soft seafoam, and then I've got this is going to go down here. My other idea is if I don't do that soft seafoam, and I just do it here, or maybe I just go across. I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to leave it white on white. I kind of like it like that. I thought I would like this, but I don't know. What do you think? I think I'm just going to do white on white. I just put my finger in the green. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the hello there on the top. Of course, if I make a mistake, then we just put something over it. There we go. Hello there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do on the tail here is that's where I'm going to use these little bit of leaves or flowers. I'm going to go this way or this way. I'm going to go this way. There we go. Just to decorate that a little bit. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. I'm going to just close some of these up so I don't get ink all over the place, which I'm already putting my fingers in the ink. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop that up. And that's it. Do I want green behind it at all? I don't think so. All right, let's go ahead and pop that up and be decisive. Where is my strips? I've got some right here. All right, definitely going to use these because I want to get the whole edge. I'll take one whole one like that. And I'm just going to go around the bend here. I'll grab a little bit more for that side. You don't need to go all the way around, but you know, it's okay. I want it to hold up, stick up. All right, there we go. Just like that. You could have a layer, but I really like it. Pure stamping. Love pure stamping. Hello there. And of course you could stamp one inside. That would be probably really cute to do. Stamp a little flower inside. Aren't those pretty? What do you think? I think they're really fun. I think it needs Wink of Stella though. Let's get a little bit of Wink. It does sort of change the color. Do you see that? It makes it a little bit darker in that one spot. Make sure that's off. Go ahead and I'm going to scribble some on these. I'm wiping it off on my fingers. Doop, doop. All right. There we have it. Oops, there we are. Isn't that cute? I love it. I think it's really fun. Kind of has that whole postcard vibe, which is exactly what this is, right? The postcard. All right. I'm going to show you one more. And this other one, again, I'm going to start with my basic white. But as I was die cutting out of the postage stamp dies, I was thinking how cute it would be to do, set that aside for a second, to do 3 of them. One flower, the same flower, 3 times. I was like, oh, that could be cute. And now that I'm looking at it, then I thought I'm going to go ahead and put that on Darling Duckling, like that. And then I thought, well, love Darling Duckling and Strawberry Slush together, so maybe I will mat it on Strawberry Slush, and then we'll use Strawberry Slush ribbon. Yeah. All right. So that's where I'm headed. I'm going to go ahead and put this on first, and this time it's probably going to run out. Nope, not yet. Will it fit this way? No, I kind of like it this way. All right. So I'm going to do that right in the middle. I'm thinking. I think I don't want to put the other one on because I'm going to want to put some ribbon on. So I'm going to hang on to that. Let's go ahead and stamp these 3. And again, I'm going to use the Garden Green. Let's see. I really like this flower right here. We also have a rose. This rose right here. Oops. So we could do the rose. Let's do the rose in Strawberry Slush. I think that'd be pretty. So let me grab the rose. I do really like that kind of looks like a cone flower. All right, let's go ahead and get that off. A rose is a rose. I think I want to stamp I don't want to do hello there again. So let's look and see here. How about, celebrate? We could do celebrate. Or thank you. Thanks is always a good one. Let's do celebrate. Sometimes they're hard to read backwards, you know? Okay, celebrate is this one. Yes. Hard to read backwards, upside down. They're all over the place. All right, let me clean that one off. Peel that one off. All right, here we go. So celebrate is what's going to end up being on here. It doesn't really matter. Right now we're just using that little green for the flower. And my flower is going to be about there. So my green is going to be about there. One. Sort of want them to all be the same, which they're going to be because they're the same. You could actually do different ones, and that would give it a different stems, because each of these, even though they look similar, I feel like they're a little bit different. All right, let's go ahead and grab our Strawberry Slush and move that Garden Green over there. Let's stamp this pretty rose and Strawberry Slush. There's one. Oh, that's so pretty. I'll hold that up so you can see it in just a second. There's 2, and there is 3. Look how pretty those are. Oops, there we go. Aren't those pretty? I really like them. All right, now I'm wondering, instead of doing those stamps, if we could do this. How will that lay on there? Pretty nicely. I'm going to go ahead and do that. The little greens. And I think I'm going to perhaps stamp off because I don't want that green to be so bold. Yep. Makes it a little bit more watercolory if I actually do it like that. So wait, leaves go up. Yeah. Like, wait, did leaves go up or down? Cute. I like it. Okay. There's one. There's two. And there's three. I'm just going to let you know, I thought of this myself. I know I don't usually think of things myself. So pretty proud of myself when I do. All right. Now, these are going to go on my... I'm going to close this up so I don't stick my hand in it. And that's closed. Okay. I am looking for the darling duckling that was here. There it is. It's underneath the whole card. All right. So these look really cute on there, though. Do we even need the darling duckling? I don't know. Because they're not yellow. I don't know. What do you think? Let's look a little up so you can see a little bit. I kind of like it right on the pink. I don't even know if we need the yellow. I just like it right on here. Even though I already stuck it on. I kind of like that better. And then I have a pink ribbon, maybe with some twine, maybe white or vanilla-ish. This twine. We could do something with that, maybe. I kind of like that. I think I like it better than the yellow. All right, I said that like 3 times. So let's go ahead and stick these on. I'm going to use dimensionals. The other thing that would be cute as I'm making this is to cut out one rose and make like the middle one pop up. That could be fun too. Okay, that's the end of that one. That, if I cut it in half, will do for there. Okay, that's the end of that one. Dandy. All right, let's start with the middle one. And how are we doing? I'm going to use this as a visual to see where my middle is. I think that's the middle. Pretty good. All right, going with it. I just think these are cute. They're kind of a little bit smaller flowers, which are kind of fun to play with. All right, let me put this one here. Like that. There we go. Pretty straight. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we've got that. And like I said, I was going to use the strawberry slush, but I feel like it's almost too much of the same color. So let's go ahead and use, I'm going to use this twine. And I think because it's twine, I can get underneath here. Let's go ahead and go around again. There we go. And I think I am going to try cutting that out and see how that looks. I need this one longer to make a bow. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. All right, there we go. I kind of feel like when you're using the twine, it's a little like you don't want to just make a knot. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't sit well. But I do like making a bow. I'm going to make it off center. And then we're going to put a little word coming off the bow. So let's go ahead and tie that into a knot. There we go. Okay. And I'll just make this into a little bow this way. There we go. All right. Beauteous. It will be by the time we're done. All right. I like it. I'll just trim that one a little bit. Okay. So there is that. Now, what I was thinking with my word, I'm going to do the word, we said celebrate. I am just going to put a little tag right there. So I'm going to grab my little piece of white, this little white, and my strawberry slush. This is my favorite of the new in colors. I love the strawberry slush. I think it's so pretty, and it's actually an old new color. So I'm just going to ink up the celebrate. I'm going to go right to the edge there. I might go a little bit low because I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller. Great. And I'm going to grab a paper cutter here and just trim that down a little bit so it's a little bit narrower. I think just like that is just fine. There we go. Oopsie. All right, and we'll cut this about there. And our little celebrate tag is going to stick down here, just like that. I think that's cute. All right, let's put a little bit of adhesive on here. Oh, that's just about at the end. Every time I'm like, it's going to be the end. Just tuck that under there so it sits like that. We'll celebrate. Okay, last thing I want to do is go ahead and find a little piece of white. And let's go ahead and pop up that middle one. Don't think it's going to take much to cut it out, but I do think it's going to give it some wow factor. So I'm going to grab my glasses so I can actually see. All right. So how are you doing on this Monday evening? I didn't even ask you. How was your day today? How's your week looking? This is the last week of school in Hopkins. So that's exciting. There we go. It's helpful to be able to see. I can cut a little bit better when I can actually see it. And it doesn't have to be perfect either. It's going to sit on top of the other one. I just don't want any of the white edges showing. All right, let's grab a dimensional that we can pop it up with. I'm going to use, I have so many of these little ones, and I'm not sure why, but I do. So I will just continue to keep using them and not order anymore. That one is not even sticky. Goodbye. Here we go. Let's grab one more here. How about you? Are you going to be the lucky one? There it is. Okay. Peel that off. There we go. All right, let's pop this up here. Let's get our rows going the right direction. That's on the bottom. Just like, or does it matter? Maybe it doesn't matter. I think it goes this way though. There we go. Yeah, I feel like it gives it a little, I'm going to curl that a little bit, gives it a little oomph. And let's go ahead and grab some, if I can find them quickly here, our little, let's put something in the middle of the roses. I am going to use the iridescent faceted gems and stick one right in the middle. These are so pretty. I will show, oops, that one. Here, where is my take your pick? That's really what I want. Here we go. All right, now we're back in business. Because then I can pick it up with the glue dot. There's one. Ooh, pretty. So pretty. These have like lots of facets, which thus the name, right? I'll take that one. There we go. Very. What do you think? I think it's very cute. I like it. And again, you could just stamp a little something on the inside. That would be fun. White ribbon would also look great. So fun. All right, so there's that. And where was my original? Here it is. There we are. Some really cute cards using the blooming phrases. And the thing I like about this is you can use these phrases on anything. And because they're kind of get long, you can put them underneath. But aren't those just so very pretty? I think so. All right. That's what I have for you. And I look forward to seeing you. I hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. But until then, happy stamping, friends.